All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to unpack a really radical idea in operational security. It's called Delta Force. Now this whole thing is built on a simple, kind of scary modern truth. If you're online, you're a target. So, how do you act in a world that's constantly watching you without being seen? Let's get into it.
Okay, this right here. Enkai thinks, Delta Force acts. This simple phrase, this is everything. This is the guiding principle behind the entire Delta Force architecture. It's all about a complete separation of intelligence from action. Think of it like a mind and a hand. And trust me, this is way more than just a cool tagline. It's the core design philosophy, and we're going to break down exactly what that means.
So to really get why something like Delta Force even needs to exist, we've got to first understand the battlefield it was designed for. And that battlefield, it's the digital world we all live in every single day.
And this is the reality of our everyday digital lives, right? Every single time you go online, you're leaving behind digital footprints. Platforms are built to sniff out any kind of automation. Your accounts are being watched, your network has a fingerprint, and your behavior, it's constantly being profiled to build a picture of who you are. The bottom line is, operating directly in this environment means every single click, every action, it just racks up your risk.
So the big question is, how do you operate in a world that's literally designed to watch your every move? Well, the solution here is actually pretty elegant. You don't act yourself. You split the thinking from the doing. You create a mind, and then you create an external, completely disposable hand.
And this chart really gets to the heart of it. Delta Force isn't just another tool in your toolbox. No, it's treated as a completely separate external ally. It is not a shared brain. It is not a trusted part of the system. And this is the most important part. It is designed from the ground up to be replaceable. It's built to take all the hits, to absorb all the risk, so that the core intelligence, the mind, Enkai, never, ever has to.
You know, this idea that you can just throw away a part of your system if it gets compromised, that's not a contingency plan. That's not your plan B for when things go sideways. No, that is the architecture. The entire security model is built on this one idea. The part that's out there, touching the hostile world, can be completely discarded at any moment, and it will never ever affect the core.
Okay, so we've got this concept of a separate disposable hand. But what's it actually made of? What's going on inside? Let's take a look at how this external system is actually put together.
All right, so inside Delta Force, you've got this persistent layer, and it's called the core. You can think of it like a base of operations or maybe a workshop. It's the part that sticks around. It learns. It adapts to all the changes in the outside world, and it gets smarter over time. But, and this is a huge but, there's one critical rule. It only learns about the external world. It never learns about the user it's working for.
And then you have the mission pods. These are the things that actually go out and do the work. The best way to think about them is like single-use tools. You know, like a burner phone or a one-time use virtual credit card. They are spun up for one specific task, they do that one thing, and poof, they're instantly destroyed. They have no memory, no history, no state. They just exist to do one job, one time.
And when you put them side by side, the difference is it's night and day, right? The core is built to last, but the pods are totally expendable. The core learns about the world around it. The pods learn absolutely nothing. But this last point is the real game changer. For the core, failure is a big deal, something to be avoided. But for a mission pod, failure is totally acceptable. It's even expected. If a pod gets caught or destroyed, who cares? Its loss has zero lasting consequence.
Okay, this all sounds pretty clever, right? But it brings up a huge question. How does the mind, Enkai, safely tell the hand, Delta Force, what to do without ever actually touching it? Well, the answer is a really secure communication method called the sealed contract. And the whole thing is built on a few non-negotiable, absolutely fundamental rules. I mean it. Nodes do not connect to Delta Force. They do not log into Delta Force. They do not control Delta Force. There is zero direct connection. No login, no live session, no remote control, nothing. This absolute air gap is the foundation of the entire system's security, because any direct link is a potential highway for an attack to come right back at you.
So here's how it actually works, step by step. First, everything starts in the safe zone, inside Enkai, where you design your plan. Next, that plan gets packaged up into what's called a sealed cryptographic contract. It's basically like a digital message in a bottle. Now, this sealed package is the only thing that ever crosses the boundary. Delta Force then gets it, opens it, and launches those disposable mission pods to do the work. When they're done, the results are put into another sealed package and sent back. And, this is so important, those results are treated as hostile, as dangerous, by default until they're safely opened and checked out back inside the secure zone.
So what's the secret sauce here? What makes this process so incredibly secure? It's this unbreakable wall of separation. There's just nothing to attack. There's no shared memory, no shared state to corrupt, there's no API, no live session, no back channel for an attacker to wiggle their way through. And maybe most importantly, no part of your actual identity ever crosses that boundary into the hostile digital world.
Okay, so let's recap. We have a hostile world. We have a separate mind and hand to deal with it. And we have a super secure way for them to communicate. So what? What's the ultimate payoff here? What does this architecture actually let you do that you couldn't do before?
Well, think about this for a second. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Your entire external operation is compromised. It's attacked, it's infiltrated, it's a total loss. In any normal system, that's a 5-alarm fire, a complete disaster. Here, the response is almost laughably simple. You just stop contracting with it and you spin up a new one. That's it. Problem solved. And this brings us right back to the core truth of the whole system. Replaceability is the security model. The security here doesn't come from trying to build some invincible digital fortress that can never be breached. That's a fool's errand. Instead, it comes from building something so easily and cheaply replaceable that a breach just doesn't matter. You don't waste time patching the holes in the ship. You just get a new one.
When you think about it, the strategic advantages this gives you are just immense. You can compete in really aggressive environments without ever exposing your core identity. You can grow your operations without giving up control. You can act without becoming visible, without leaving a trail that leads back to you. You can learn without being shaped by your enemy. And you can even fail, and fail spectacularly, without any real, lasting consequence.
So we end up right back where we started, but now this core concept should be crystal clear. Delta Force is NKAI's external hand, not its mind. It's the hand that touches the messy, dangerous world. It's the hand that does the work, and it's the hand that absorbs all the damage. All the while, the mind remains separate, it remains sovereign, and most importantly, it remains safe, just directing the action from a secure distance.
So what this architecture really suggests is that true safety isn't about building higher walls. It's about fundamentally rethinking the separation between ourselves and the risks we take. It's a fascinating model, and it all boils down to this final thought-provoking question for you. In a world of constant digital exposure, what is the true price of safety?